Okay, welcome to another edition of my daily weights routine. This one is going to be Crime Islam edition. So, I'm going to be talking about the society and civilian in Trinidad, Tobago, and Islam as well. So, I live in Marabella. It's in the beginning of the southern peninsula, going into Cedras, of near the coast of Venezuela, the eastern coast of Venezuela. It is in the beginning of that peninsula, in the southern part of the island, and as opposed to, so it's in the western west coast of the southern part of Trinidad, in the beginning of the southern peninsula, as opposed to the eastern coast of Mayaro, which I just be at a lot. And from my experience being like a civilian, is literally like, okay, so people move on with careers and things like that. The world keeps moving on, so people keep moving on with their careers, and people just keep moving on with their profession. But to be honest, I think like pirogues and boats be coming in Cedras, so they come in the southern peninsula near Venezuela. Pirogues and boats come in with, so they traffic Venezuelan migrants, Venezuelan refugees, and they have houses, they keep them in Venezuela. So the nearest town in Venezuela is somewhere called Tucupita, and from Tucupita the rest is just like rivers into the delta in near Trinidad, southern coast and southern coast. Under the southern coast of Trinidad is the delta in Venezuela. I'm not sure, I'm gonna search the name of the delta. Well, actually, I'll continue talking and I'll find the name. So they have like, they travel through Venezuela, and they have houses trafficking women. The men usually travel through the river on their own, I guess. But I know for the houses, I don't want to say prostitution, but I would say it anyway. The kind of selling sex houses or human trafficking houses of Venezuelan women is be like in somewhere Tucupita, and then the rest is river, and then they reach here into places like Villa Capri and and other places like in Marabella. So that's Marabella. What direction that is? That would be considered Marabella South, maybe. Marabella South. They go to like that area. It's still near the coast, so that is like still along the western coast into the more southern part of Marabella, going into Vistabella. So I know that's a huge place. Well, I don't know, maybe they just come here on their own. Maybe it's not so much like a human traffic scene, but it is a kind of scene in terms of with the men operating the boats to come across into Cedras. I feel they could come across, except for the authorities, they could come across straight to the town I live in. They just take a pirogue. It will be longer. It'll be a longer trip to come straight from Venezuela. Then I don't know if it have a safe point directly there. But if it depending on where the boat is, the pirogue is on the coast of Venezuela or the river or the delta, they would come to the nearest point, which is Cedras. But it is possible to go back and forth between Venezuela and the town, the western part of the town I live in, the coastal area where I live in. And the only problem is be directly across. It wouldn't have any port or point to reach in Venezuela. It would just be like a very short shore, like a narrow shore, maybe or mangrove or just rock, a kind of rocky shore with forest. So so for the most part it's Cedras, and I know I doubt they just come straight in by Marabella there in the coast of Marabella. I doubt they just come straight there, but you never know. Maybe they come up from Cedras on that pirogue, and because I know it have a community there, because I don't know how cocaine is reached from Cedras up the coast. If they just like, that's the problem with Cedras, is that it have nothing there, nobody there. So if they do bring in cocaine to a trafficker, then how they gonna reach to San Fernando to carry it up north? Or so how they gonna carry it to San Fernando, and how they gonna carry it north? And they have a customs and immigration down by Venezuela there, but I guess they can kind of forget about that, and they just go, I don't know, maybe they stop off by Cedras and they get money to travel to San Fernando, or maybe it have men in Cedras who waited to collect it and just transport it around the country, Moruga, because from that delta in Venezuela, they could ship that on a pirogue to like, the coast of Moruga or Palo Seco or something, Moruga, and I forget what's the name of that beach down in south there, but they could. So either somebody would collect it and carry it Moruga to store it in the forest somewhere, or they would carry it San Fernando to the buyers, to the people staying in like apartment buildings and towers and things. Or if that's too much and they selling it, they transporting it, so they shipping it, they transporting it from the coast in Marabella, then they would have to take a pirogue, go up the peninsula, and like tie the boat to somewhere on the line, and easy they could drop off cocaine to I'm not sure like if they just have enough gas on their boats to because it's not so far. It's probably about 40 minutes to Cedras from Marbella. So, you know, and that's by road. So if it's by P-Route, by boat, they could speed up that in 40 minutes. And they could drop it off there by the line, the coast in Marbella, and get it off. So that's not impossible too, either. And well, okay, so I went into more detail in that, but I might not go into detail about the Islam, but I might just mention some things about Islam, which is it have like Muslim gangs in Trinidad. So I a little Muslim, like South Central Asian maybe, and but just a little bit. So like I would learn about it, and I might be respectful and pray and see it and thing. But that's like in a upper class masjid, or you know, like a well-behaved mosque, you know, so a socially assimilated masjid, and I would go and experience it and see what it is like, or you know, but it's like a territorial war though between Muslim gangs. So you had well, I don't know if that gang still operating, but back when I was like, I used to be out and around in Trinidad and on like blocks and things, to be honest. It had one whole unruly, but I don't know if they're still around, and probably have new gangs now with new generation. But and then it have like Jamaat al-Muslimin. So I don't know if they in drugs, but they will be in territorial disputes. So that's it for this video on my update for Trinidad, and thanks for watching.